My name's Oliver Nordel, and I'm from Canada originally. Back in 1998, I was approached by a recruiting firm to apply for the position of audit manager at RasGas. So went home, told my family, and they all said, let's go. It's a lifetime experience. I ended up getting the job, and in October 1998, we flew on a plane from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and landed in Doha. Our first time here. We had seen pictures of it before, but we had never been outside of Canada. Solwa Gardens was our first house. I remember driving to the American school. It was just over a desert road.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello, my name is Brad Nordel. I'm from Calgary, Canada. During the time, I joined American School of Doha, had a wonderful, wonderful experience. We came to this country, and at the time, it was a big desert oasis. We loved it. I loved it personally. My father approached me in '98 in September, back in Calgary, Canada. He said, "Are you ready for a world experience?" And I said, "Father, I'm ready for anything that you are." I've now been here, this was 15 years ago, '98, and I've never looked back. I've always wanted to return here, even when I went to school. But this was always where I wanted to be, where I wanted to call home, and I'm happy to be here still to this day. So, in 2007, I returned back to Doha after doing 4 years of university back in Canada, working as the facility supervisor at RasGas. I did that for 6 years, had a wonderful time, wonderful experience. I resigned from RasGas to join a local company called Amwaj, who offered me the opportunity to join their company as the senior operations manager. It was an excellent job opportunity and one that I could never turn down. Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Jassim. نعم. التسعة ونص. تمام. السلام عليكم. I'm now responsible for the livelihood of almost 30,000 people out in Ras Laffan, providing them with all the services and facility services that you could imagine. I'm in a wonderful place now, and I'm very happy to be with Amwaj.
Then we're able to maximize, actually tell you. Yeah. But actually, okay, so here you enter, and we come in. And this is actually where my office is, and we have everything up in this area. So here's the staff campus.
One of the places that we really enjoyed experiencing with my family, my mother, my father, my sister, was the Gold Souk. It was an amazing place. You'd walk down the streets, and it would just be gold everywhere. And during the time, we ended up getting recommended by one of my father's friends to go see a place called Al Amal Jeweler. The gentleman's name was Khalil, the jeweler there, and he had been doing expats, their jewelry for a number of years.
Assalamu alaikum, my friend.
Alaikum salam.
Kafalak.
Alhamdulillah.
Tamam, good. Khalil, what do you have that's new these days?
I have some emerald ring with a princess diamond cut, because we can make it like...
Very nice.
And during the course of the next 16 years, we bought all our jewelry from him, my father, from my mother, all of my jewelry that I had for high school graduation, university graduation, all the rings.
اوليفر فوق 15 سنة قاعد اشتغل له. وايد ديزاينات سويت له، حتى خاتم تنزل حق زوجته، وحتى حق نفسه. واحنا في المحل فوق 30 سنة موجودين قاعد نشتغل ديزاينات.
16 years later, when here in Qatar, I met my wife. She's from Macedonia. She's an amazing woman. And I ended up going to the same jeweler that we met 16 years ago, and we designed my wife's ring, the engagement ring that I actually proposed to her with. خلال السلام عليكم.
السلام.
كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله.
خاتم جاهز؟
جاهز الخاتم.
الله والله حلو.
It's very nice.
very nice.
So what do you think? We come here or we go back to the old?
Well, let's compare. This one's enclosed.
Has air conditioning?
It has air conditioning. It has an elevator. You have to talk Khalil into getting a shop over here.
Yeah, but for the time being, I think I'm definitely going to stick with Khalil.
Oh, I don't know.
However, I'm sure when the change happens, this will become the new gold soup.
I'm sure it's very, very, very traditional. Very, very, very nice.
All right, Spa.
Okay, you ready?
All right then.
Yeah.
See you. What made Qatar my home is just the whole dynamic of it all. Having such a wonderful culture, tradition, history. I really felt comfortable here when I got here. You know, it was just something that really clicked. Just felt like home from the day that I got here. Everybody was friendly. I adapted well. It was like I never left home, really. I was adopted into a new home, culture, lifestyle right away, and it's something that I've cherished since I've become here.
I think the best rice is here in Doha. And the spices that go into it, I think they're wonderful. We don't get this in Canada. This is better. One thing that I loved a lot was the sunsets. And I remember growing up, my father loved sunsets. So I don't know if I noticed them more because they were different here. And a lot of times when the kids were home from school, I'd put them in the car and we'd drive out behind our compound where there was nothing out there, and we'd sit and watch the sun go down. It was just amazing, this big ball of light in the sky. And it was so beautiful here. And it was a totally different sunset that I would see in Canada. There's one thing that I've had to learn to cook here is with lentils. I didn't cook with lentils in Canada, so I've learned to make lentil soup and all the different types of lentils. It was a wonderful experience.
The old Sheraton.
Yes.
Remember that when that was the only thing downtown?
Well, there was a few in that area.
Yeah, and Sheraton and Al Salam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really can't see myself living anywhere else, to be honest with you. I love Canada as my home country, but Qatar is my adopted country, and it's somewhere I intend on being for the rest of my life.
Here you guys are climbing up the sand dunes, and then you jump down into the sand and roll.
Steep.
Yeah.
Steep dune.
Yeah.
This is when we went to the singing dunes, right? Remember when?
The old fort.
Zabara. Zabara.
I had no troubles adapting. The local Qataris, the individuals whom I met who were also expatriates like myself, they were all very welcoming, very warm in greeting a new individual from Canada. We had a great time. They took me to the desert, they took me out for the food, for the local attractions. It was a great time.
شكرا.
يلا علم. I always love the desert. It's such a great place to be. It's such wide open, no problems, nothing to think about, just pure freedom. Driving the car, enjoying it, enjoying the feel of the vehicle. It's just wonderful. I love it out here. عادي حبيبي ما مشكلة يلا. Well, today's the first time I've brought my father back to the desert since the first time we came here and the first week we arrived.
Well, this is my first time back in the desert, particularly at Sea Line, in 15 years. It's cool, actually. It's not as cold as Canada. I talked to my daughter this morning, and it's almost 0 degrees where she is. Sand gets in your shoes, as they say, and it's hard to get it out because you got to keep coming back. It's so peaceful here, going on the dunes, and I'm looking forward to going duning myself now. I saw Brad doing it earlier.
Wow, I think the best way to put it was exhilarating. The feeling of going over sand. It reminds me a lot of like Canada when I'm driving over the snow. A lot of fun, a lot of memories come back when I drive over the dunes. It's just a great experience. It feels like you're floating almost in your car. So it's awesome.
شحالك ساكن في هذا الرود ليه على الشيخ شحالك ساكن
عليكم.
This is دجاج. هذا دجاج.
هذا دجاج
أي. شنو هي؟
هاي
كبده.
You'll be able to sleep tonight, Brad.
This is one of the experiences that you can only have in Qatar, riding the dunes, enjoying the land cruisers, part of the beautiful culture here. So I really had a nice day today, and I love spending time with my new friends. We had some great conversation, some great food. It's one of the most important parts about living in Qatar, is this beautiful setup, the desert living, the camping. It's just a great time. Really had a nice time today.
I really just like to say thank you. Shukran. This has been a wonderful experience, one that I am so happy I made 16 years ago. I will always look back at it as a fond memory of just getting up, taking a chance. One thing my father always told me is big risk, big reward. And I think we took a big risk, but the reward has been amazing.